When you think of big Division I colleges, what do you typically think of? I'm going to go ahead and assume that you're probably thinking about sports. Now, college sports bring in the most money to the colleges themselves. They're the biggest money incomes. And I think almost anybody could probably go out and say that's true. They can probably think about, if you ask them, what's the biggest income of money? Where's it come from? They're going to say sports. Yeah, they might say enrollment, but how many more people watch sports out there than people are enrolled? Tons and tons. Now, the shocking part is of the sports that the athletes don't get paid at all. Now, I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, does it not? They're bringing in the most money to colleges. A lot of colleges have multiple teams. So that's a lot, even more money. Now, throughout this speech, I'll be covering why exactly I think and why you should think college athletes should be paid. Alright. So, first off, I want to start saying, yes, I know every sport is not the same, they don't draw in the same money, and I know every school doesn't draw in the same money. So, athletes, if they're going to be paid, they should be paid accordingly. You know, you should be paid off your performance. I mean, it's kind of how the real world is too, in regular jobs. You're going to be paid for better work and a higher position. You know, some guy's been at a company for 10 years and they're going to get the same amount as the guy's been at a company for 1 year. It's kind of almost the same thing. The bigger colleges are going to get paid, drawing more money than the other one and the little ones. Like Alabama's going to get more than NKU. It's that simple. Now, the first reason I'll be covering is how much work and dedication these athletes put in. Athletes put in almost 40 to 50 hours a week. That's about the same as a full-time job. And since they're putting in that much work for the sports, they don't have any time for a full-time job. They can't get money. Now, if they're spending that much time on work, where's the time for studying? They don't have a lot. Now, if you look at this graph, you will see that male non-athletes have a higher GPA than male recruited and male walk-on athletes. The same goes for the females. Female non-athletes have more higher. No, it's not as high in much of a difference as for the males, but it is still a difference, isn't? I mean, you can't deny it. You can't deny that females have a higher GPA. Females that are non-athletes have a higher GPA than recruited and walk-ons. It's a fact. Now, the next reason is college coaches get paid. If college coaches are getting paid, then why aren't the athletes? The athletes are putting in more work. I mean, they're actually putting in more effort. They're the ones that people are watching. I'm not watching football games or basketball games or baseball games or volleyball, whatever, to watch the coaches. I'm watching the players. The players bring the excitement. That's what people are watching. That's why people go to the games and watching them. Now, yes, coaches, this is their full-time job. This is their job. This is what they do. But this is exactly what I'm saying the last time. This is what college athletes do. College athletes think this is my job. This is my life. This is my job. This is what I do. Now look at how much these college coaches get paid. Now this is from 2017, but this has not really changed that much. 11 million. 8.5, 7 million, 6.4 now. He's not coaching anymore, but his new coach, the guy who after him, he's getting paid in the millions just like that. 6 million. They're getting paid in the millions. A lot of the big Division I schools are getting paid, the coaches are getting paid millions of dollars. Millions every year. How is that fair? If they can go out and pay them, why can't they just go out and pay college athletes while they're at it? You know, the college athletes, they don't need millions like them. But they should be paid because they're the ones, I mean, they're doing a lot of the work. Now, my final reasoning is how much money is actually brought in from the sports. Okay? Now, just to narrow this question down, I'm just going to cover college football for here. And if you saw the coaches, that was college football coaches too. I'm just trying to narrow it down so it's not as broad. I'm just trying to narrow it down to more of just college football. Now, all the other sports, they feel in the same way, just that college football, the money values will be a lot higher since it is the biggest income sport. Now, an article by Business Insider showed that millions and millions of dollars are made from college football every year. Millions. Just look at this. Texas. 93.9 million. 71 from Alabama. Georgia, 70.8. These are here, from here down, they're only 60 millions. And that's every year. So you're telling me you can't just take it, just I know. I get it. They gotta pay for concessions, they gotta pay for a lot of stuff. They do. But you literally, to me, can't tell me that they can't even just spend a tiny bit. And that's the thing. This might not even include their television income. They get paid for being on television nationally. They get paid for the national games. Okay? Now, one of the reasons why people think that they should not be paid is because they get scholarships. Okay? I get they get scholarships, but the scholarships not really paying them at the same time. College athletes still got to go out and pay for a bunch of stuff. They got to pay for clothes, eating, gas, any other personal items that they need. They got to pay for that themselves still. So, if they have a full-time job, they're not making any money, what are they going to do? You know, and also, the average scholarship for D1 football programs is $36,070. Now, and only 85 of those can be issued per team, so that would come out to $3,065,950. Now, that is a lot of money, but is it close to 93.9? Even the one at the bottom here is 41. That's still, what, 38 million? And like I said, this pot does not even include everything. This might be what they just get from games, like their actual games and everything. This probably does not include TV deals. Or anything TV like that. They get paid to be on TV. You're like, oh, we're going to use your image on TV and I'll pay you. No, they get a lot more than that, I'm sure. And if they can't get any of that back to the players, you know, they also use the player, you know, players are also constantly on social media platforms, but they don't get any money from them. The schools themselves use pictures and their image and just use them on videos and everything. All the time, they use them. But the players don't get any money. How does that seem fair? Now, after determining and finding all these reasons, I fully stand by the fact that they should be paid, and I sure hope that all of you do too. You know, I personally friends with athletes here at NKU. They spend a lot of time. For their sport, they spend a lot of time. They don't have jobs, they don't have time. One of them doesn't even have a scholarship. They wish they could have a job and have them get money, but they can't. And so, I mean, the big colleges like Texas, they can afford to give money back. All of the big D1s from the Power 5 conferences of the Big 10, Big 12, SEC, ACC, and Pac-12, they should be able to give money back to their athletes. I fully believe it. Hopefully after hearing all this information and seeing it on the screen, I hope that you all believe that college athletes should be paid for all the work and all the money they bring in. Thank you for listening.